In terms of Warriedar, the potential is there. What's sort of the going to make the investor go? When I look at some of the results, maybe like the announcer you did, a lot of questions I get from people is, 1.5 grams, what does that mean? It's like if you put 10 or 5, they go, wow, but then you're going to measure off against how much of that you got. And
yeah.
So how do you explain to those guys, maybe a good way is just go through your announcement and just saying, how should they take that information?
So I think, Noel, the way, and that's actually a good question, because right now we're in a great position in that we have 1 million ounces. In terms of what we can get to and what style of deposits we're going to uncover, the answer is I don't know, but we're targeting high-grade free milling gold. We believe there's potential for repeats of Rothsay on our ground, so that's almost 11 grams per tonne. So the goal is high-grade free milling gold, but we've also got example like Mount Gibson. I think the grade there is 0.8. So there's also scope for a larger tonnage, lower grade operation on our ground using that sort of analogue. We've got the copper gold model of deflector. I would say give us a few months to drill a bit more and get a handle on what we've got. Our target is, high-grade free milling gold, ideally 2 million ounces by the end of next year with regular updates. The immediate opportunity for an investor is the fact that we are drilling now. We will continue to release results. We've got a second rig coming on next week. We could hit the sort of Rothsay style mineralisation at any time. Our focus is just to build the resource, how we commercialise it, and this is actually something that we're always thinking of. Like, we've removed the constraint of the processing plant. Like, we are not committed to just feeding the mill, and that means the search space is wide open for us. At the same time, while we focus on increasing the resource, in parallel, we're always thinking, how do we commercialise this for our shareholders? What is the exit strategy? What is the path forward? And I would say quite comfortably, at the moment, we don't know, because it depends on the resource that we define. But I say we don't know, but at the same time, we are constantly thinking, do we restart the plant? Do we upgrade it? Do we toll treat? Do we sell to neighbours? There are many options because we sit right in the middle of the belt, having a good relationship with our neighbours who often, many of them have hungry mills. They will need excess ore in the coming years. So my approach is to know your neighbours, have good relationships, build as much resource as you can, and find the optimal commercialisation path for investors as we go along. So certainly we will keep the market updated on what our plans are, but right now my main focus is finding more gold and copper, and then that puts us in such a great position to go, all right, how do we deal with this? What do we do with our resource?
It's quite a good point, because I've forgotten that you don't actually have to build a mill.
No.
It was staring right at me, and I didn't quite get it.
Yeah, we could upgrade, and we've got estimates on what that would cost. I don't know what we will do, but that plant gives us an accelerated pathway if we were to go down that route. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. It depends on what we find in the ground.
Yeah, you kind of don't need to commit in some ways.
Exactly, and I'm not committing. We've got a fantastic geoscience team. Our focus is to find more resource, and in parallel we'll look at how we develop it.